Okay,
I'm
when
actually
you're...
gonna make some
Whoop.
adjustment really quickly, Sam. So
Back.
sorry,
No,
Mathis.
it's fine, it's fine. We're back. Hour 3. Lost initiative, edge of morality. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Nothing.
That's fine.
It's magic. Literally, actually.
I was saying literally.
Magic.
All right, let's continue, Scott.
1 second. And bam. Thank you, Sam. Sorry. All right, continuing. So the combat ends, and he as the combat ends, there are a few more Sahagin that like try to come up here or there, but the crew is able to rally up, or a combination of the party or whatever, able to rally up and kill a bunch of people. I imagine at some point in time, Grauman's like, I got an idea. And Adam's like, yeah, I love ideas. And Grauman gets some rope and like and goes like, all right, I'm gonna tie rope around your legs and dangle you off the ship, and you get my axe. And Adam's like, it's a terrible idea. And
No, Grauman's gonna do a little ritual and get the shark to bring him the axe.
all right, speak with animals and pull the axe free, and they come swimming over and kind of does like jumps up, and eventually Grauman's able to just like snatch
Yeah,
it
they
up.
just like throw it in my hand.
Yeah, so it's when while everybody else is like busy buzzing around and is doing things where they're like, oh, I gotta pull this over here, gotta do this over there, gotta turn the rudder, man the helm, check this guy's wounds, throw these corpses overboard, whatever it is that they're doing, they're scrambling to do. Grauman's off to the side because this is what Grauman does. War, right? Grauman's off to the side doing this ritual, which just very briefly, Maggie, you don't have to go into extreme detail at the moment. What is this ritual like for Grauman?
I kind of want to make it funny, but he has this. I don't know if you guys have been following along, but he's been carving those little creatures. Like he carved the little like chess pieces and stuff. He carved a little shark, and is using that as part of the ritual. Like his ritual is when he carves like a little creature for each of the. Yeah.
Gotcha. There you go. And so he uses this as part of it, and so carves it out or whatever, and he uses the thing. And does he like finish it by like crushing the thing, or by like tossing at it, or how does he finish like the? Does he finish the ritual?
I have to finish the ritual. I think like he finishes the creature and then he
the carving. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry. And so
Doesn't have to be destructive, okay? Come on. Worked hard on making that little guy.
Grauman smash. So
actually, no. You know what? It's kind of funny if he smashes it. I'm down. Because then that's the reason why he has to keep making one every single time.
You then keep them for future uses. He's like, I'm done.
And Thunk's like, for efficiency's sake. What?
Never mind.
So you guys, then while they're doing this, you actually are able to get your axe back, and while other people are kind of maybe criticizing, even though it's not your job, the crew criticizing as they're scrambling, probably doing that. So once they see you get your axe back, people are like, "Whoa, that dude just talked to a shark," and it's very impressive. So the ship is now drops the sails down, gets everything where it needs to do. They finally, the storm is kind of upon you guys, and the good news is because the storm is here. While usually with a storm, you'd want your sails up, you'd want to try to like kind of lock down and be as safe as possible. The captain's like, I'm going to use this wind right now to try to get as far away from those damn pirates as possible. Because while I was happy that they were getting attacked beforehand, they actually finished their combat earlier than you guys and has already been making headway towards you since then. And so he's trying to get as much away from them as possible. So he keeps going. Sadly, his course is semi-plot for him because it's the eye of a storm. So he starts. He's in the middle of like one of these paths that he knows. So finally, things leave. Things come out, and he comes out of this pathway where it's a little bit more open, a little bit more decisions, and the storm's coming heavier. And he kind of looks around and makes a judgment call. He's like, the storm is bad. I honestly think if we head towards the island as opposed to away from it, we'll be able to get to a port in time that we can like tie up, tether up at the port. We would be safe. We wouldn't have to worry about being capsized, anything like that, whatever. So he makes a decision to start trying to head for the nearest island. And it's actually not a small island by any means. It's a rather large one. I mean, you're already more than half your way through the journey at this point, like about 2/3 the way through the journey at this point. It's actually been quite a while. And so he's making this here. He's giving the commands. Things are doing this. While this is all happening, what does the crew say, or you guys, do you say or do anything? Or you just kind of like hold on for dear life? And does anybody try to help out in any places? Anybody take notice of the fact that Thonk's walking around topless and
Now's not the time to talk about my impeccable pectoral muscles.
I think we should roll for hotness first.
Boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that needs to happen so we can know if he has moves or not.
Oh, my charisma's enough to determine how hot I am.
No. You can be charismatic and you can be ugly.
Scott.
Just saying.
Boobs. For the nips, right?
I mean, you gave me a minus 100 on that, so I mean, that's not very fair.
Life isn't fair, Mathis. Life is pain. So
I think it's like 3d6, right? That was how we,
So you guys, you guys doing anything noteworthy, or just kind of like hanging on for dear life and hoping you don't die?
Grauman will continue helping because Grauman's kind of learned how to like help tie the sails down, how to like move stuff around. He's kind of figuring out, oh, wind goes that way, and this is supposed to catch wind, and then I tie this down, and I have to move it to turn and help stuff.
I'm sorry, Mathis. I have to do it.
What?
Grauman pull rope.
Inside joke that only me and you get, Scott. The best.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure Neil watches.
Now I need to know why that's a joke inside. It has to do with me. I don't like this.
Technically, the quote is Thunk pull rope, but Thunk was a half orc that was really dumb.
It was Krusk, first of all.
Krusk, sorry, not Thunk.
He's just using you as a vessel for the joke. Don't worry. It
Yeah.
really has nothing to do with
Gotcha.
Grauman.
Okay. I'm not related to this joke. You're just
No.
using me.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Now I feel dirty.
Otto is going to take the opportunity to try to bolster spirits again after that hard fought battle. Is just standing up on top of a box, shouting out shanties again.
I could use some heals, by the way.
Drunken sailor, what would you do with a drunken sailor?
Grauman's joining because this is one of the ones you taught me. So he's like,
Yeah.
what would you do with a drunken sailor?
And
You
while
gotta
Grauman
remember,
jumps in-
early in the morning, not early. Early in the morning.
Or lie. Oh, he says early every single time.
Yeah.
He
See,
says
I
it
gotta
wrong.
catch
So while he's up there dancing and the rain's starting to pour on Grauman, Thunk sees all that blood coming out of Grauman's wounds. All that blood Thunk out of Grauman's wounds.
Grauman's fine.
So and Grauman likes the bath, and the boat keeps getting tossed around in the water.
Raya's asleep, by the way. That fight like wiped her out. And the rocking is a non-issue. She's just like, you just see her in a hammock with like furs on her, just blacked out.
Grauman goes and checks on her and like tucks her in, makes sure that the things are covering her so she doesn't freeze.
So as all this is happening, all this chaos is going on. Eventually, like the ship gets to like the meat of the storm where it's just being tossed about and whatnot. He's at this point, he's like, there's no use in trying anymore. They're not going to be able to get any more ground. And he's like, raise the sails and, like tie them off so that, the likelihood of the ship being capsized again, trying to reduce it, trying to be smart in everything that's happening. And things just keep going on. And it just, you guys are being tossed around back and forth the whole while. Rye is just
Swinging
and swinging and it's uncomfortable and happy, not aware of all the horrors that are happening. However, everybody else feels the boat just jumping and doing huge splashes, and Rye kind of being tossed in the hammock and swinging and jumping it. No bad dreams, no anything. Actually sleeping pretty deeply because she wasn't able to sleep. I don't know. This is days later. What I'm talking about. So sleeping pretty deeply, and eventually things get really bad. Like the water's really starting to be taken onto the ship. The ship is being tossed around quite a bit. Everybody's doing what they can, tying things down, pulling it. But at one point in time, the boat, because you guys are so close to this island over here that he was hoping he can make his way around to find the port for, the boat just gets lunged from a huge wave. So it's riding a huge wave, and as soon as it kind of comes down and it meets that point where the water level is extra low and it has all this inertia to it, it just crashes into the side of a rock, and you hear cracking. The whole thing lurches. A guy goes flying way overboard. There's screams and yells. People are thrown down. Addo smashes the side of his head. Rye is actually like the hammock swings so hard it hits the roof. waking her up with a start as the ship itself is just kind of like listing at the moment as another wave kind of comes up to lift it again. Rye wakes up a start. Does she do anything, or does she just try to forget it all and go back to sleep?
Oh, you muted, Sam?
You're muted. Your turn.
No. Rye like full on eats shit. She just flies out the hammock, like lands on the ground, is like jostled awake immediately. There's like water coming into the room, and she just kind of like pulls herself up and like wides open the door and like leans into the doorway just to see like carnage. There's like a guy swinging from a rope. There's a guy screaming, flying off the ship.
As all this is happening, and then you feel that like drop feeling in your stomach as the ship quickly is going back up again and dropping back down again. This time, as it goes, it smashes into a similar area where it hits more rocks, and the thing lurches and takes on significantly more water from down below and from above. It's getting to the point where everybody's realizing, where you guys are coming to the terms with, I don't think this is gonna work out. You know, this isn't gonna be so good. No shanty is going to save you now. So that all being said, what is your plan at this point? What do you
Gromit
wanna
is going to do a ritual to see if the animals will come help them.
God damn it.
Hey,
says a
they
lot
helped
about
him get his
Ring.
axe. They helped him get his axe back once.
Calling the eagles, with Gandalf on them, and swoop in.
No, maybe it'll be like, the fish, and they come like move our boat for us.
There is no way that you can concentrate through this heavy storm and the smashing against rocks to pull off a ritual. Actually, even Rye would
Okay.
have a hard time casting a spell.
And the pirates have like left us at this point.
You guys can't even see through the heavy rain and the darkness.
Well, there's really no option other than to fucking weather it then, and hope to God we get through it.
Okay. So you guys all decide to kind of like strap yourselves in. Do you try to like kind of come together, or do you like stay in your own respective areas, or?
I don't know if we really have any expertise to offer in this position, do
Yeah.
we?
Rye's never been on a boat before. She's just clinging to the doorway for life. She's like, what the fuck is this?
Why do people do this?
Yeah, why do people do this?
So do you guys like try to all gather together in the room with Rye, or do you stay in your own respective areas again?
I don't think we can really move around the ship at this point, right?
Oh, yeah, we're all just sort of stuck where we
Wherever
are.
you're at, you just grab something.
Right? Where was Thunk?
He was on up top with everybody else.
Okay, so I imagine Addo, who is kind of like up on boxes, got like literally thrown a couple feet in the air and smelled
sure.
fell down and like hit his face, as we said. And he's like, oh shit. And so he's literally like trying to crawl underneath stuff that's like strapped down and hold on for dear life. You have Gromit, who sees that person that I had mentioned tied up in the ropes, trying to like grab that person and help them down. You have Thonk, who's over at an area where he can kind of just try to see what's happening and, embrace the storm. Because the funny part is,
Yeah.
he actually enjoys this.
This is exactly what I love.
So the chaos, the people running around, the man thrown overboard who's going to have his life sat from him by the cold, unforgiving waters of the deep. This is the lightning flashing, the crashing against the shore. If his life is to be taken now, then he has shed blood in the name of Grumsh today, and he knows that he will stand at Grumsh's side in the next life. So Thonk is thoroughly enjoying this, while everybody else is like, "Oh shit!" So and then Rye is inside the room, like hanging onto hammocks, trying to survive. There's another huge lurch as the whole ship is lifted up again and is thrown back and forth. Tons of water is taken on. Water is starting to like rush up from underneath into the underhull and everything. And the ship is being tossed around. So now it's kind of listing onto its side, where literally it's like if you're on the top, you're at an angle, like a 45-degree.
Is there anything Gromit can do to help with, he's obviously trying to help with sales as is, but can I do anything to help?
At this point, it's really just a matter of everybody. Nobody can really do anything. Everybody hang on for dear life and hope not to die. So, has anybody come with any last minute ideas, or just keep going?
Otto is like navigating through the shit, still trying to shout shanties at the top of his lungs as he's clinging for dear life. Whiskey is the life of man. Whiskey, Johnny!
Otto. Ah!
So So and with another huge lunch, and like everybody gets this feeling, they know this is the one. It gets raised up high, and you can see the cliff face of the side of the island over there. And with a huge wave bringing it down, it comes and it smashes into the side of the island, a huge rock. And the boat just like cracks so bad. It's effectively cracked in half. It
He
is.
just wanted us on this stupid island because he has weird ass island people that he wants to murder us with.
Yes, they're
He's like, you figured me out.
they're the Mongolians. No, so the huge crash that happens at the side of the boat, side of the island, cracks the thing effectively in half. The thing's taking on water. More people are thrown from the ship. Rye is tossed around inside the room that she's in. The way she gets all twisted up, she dislocates her arm from inside there. You have Otto where he was in amongst the storage things there. Otto, actually, Rye, do me a favor. Roll me a Constitution check. Otto, roll me a Constitution check. Thunk and Gromit as well. Everybody. Ooh, Otto, good.
Yeah.
Good. Not so good. And Rye is not. It does have her arm dislocated. Holding on for things, trying to enjoy the whole bit. Thunk also getting thrown back, letting go, getting thrown back. He lands with his back on the mast, hitting his back pretty hard, injuring himself, like a huge bruise all down his side, making it so his his legs and everything are tingling and numb. Gromit and Otto, though, are perfectly fine with the places that they've chosen to hold themselves.
And I actually have a 17 to that save, not 16.
Oh,
I get +1 from the cloak.
Oh, good point.
It just says I can't add it. I don't know.
Apply during the next break or something. So
No, I can't. There's no way to add it.
Oh, I'll figure it out in the future. But for now, thank you for the manual ad. And the whole thing, the ship's starting to sink. It's getting to the point where, are you going to stay on the boat or are you going to get off of it?
I mean,
We can all ride sharks.
I mean, my arm's dislocated, so I ain't swimming anywhere.
We can fix that.
yeah, if I can get a hold of you, I can fix that with the heat.
Just let Thump touch you. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean,
If the boat's is it crushed? Like there's no saving it.
No, there's no saving this thing.
Then Gromit is going to try, because he's kind of agile, because I guess Otto's near me and Thonk's near me. I'm going to just make sure they're okay and try to pull them out of the water and away from anything else. And I don't know, I can't see where Rye is, so that's going to be a little harder.
Rye, you're actually able to witness what they're doing from where you are. So you guys are kind of grabbing up Thunk, who just got smashed, and kind of sliding down that 45-degree angle I described the ship is at right now. You're able to kind of land down at the base of the ship, down closer to the water, but still out of it, down by the crates and everything where Otto was kind of held up nice and safe. So the three of you are amassed down there by all these crates that are still pretty well tied up to the ship. And Rye, you see her land down there, and you know that you had seen Otto in that area beforehand.
Okay. I guess I just stumble that way, clutching my arm.
Yep. So you go running and get lurched and thrown off your feet and onto the ground, and your arms and you kind of crawling your way over there, making your way over to that area. From here, do you guys choose to also try to crawl in with Otto and just kind of hold it on the ship? Do you want to try to jump off the ship together and make your way over to the island?
I
That's where
mean,
we
I
gotta
think the
go.
goal is to get all together and get over there, make sure we're all safely over there.
Okay.
Gromit's going to help as much as he can to make sure everyone's okay. I'm assuming once we're all together, Gromit's going to see that Rye needs more help, and he might just kind of put her over his shoulder and kind of carry her, swim with her on it.
Sure. Like I said, Otto is currently underneath all that stuff that's tied down. So do you guys just want to kind of 1, 2, 3 jump, or anything else you want to do?
I'm going to use my bardic inspiration on everyone before we jump into this murky water.
Probably a good idea.
Is it just one of those, hey, if we get out of this, guys,
Yeah.
I'll buy you all a beer.
I'll get you a whole beer.
I look around at the group and I say, if we don't make it out of this, well, if we do make it out of this, let's not ride boats anymore.
Grab a no-like boat.
And into the water we go.
Okay. And so you pull Otto out from underneath all the stuff that's strapped down, and you guys just kind of jump into the water all together. Awesome. So you guys are now in the stormy water, which is not a good place to be, but you're right next to the island and right next to the rocks. There's a whole bunch of debris all around you, kind of float in. It's not dangerous. It's not safe. It's dangerously floating around you. Some of it sharp, some of it just large and can smash into you. But you need to make your way to the island. So that being said, everybody roll for me an athletics check to make your way over there. However, because you rolled as low as you did, Rye has to roll with disadvantage.
Okay. What am I rolling? Sorry.
It's athletics.
Athletics. Do you?
It's the like fourth thing on your skills. So there's acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, athletics.
Oh shit! All right.
It's gonna be low for you, buddy.
-1. Here we go.
Yeah.
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Awesome.
7.
So immediately as you guys jump in there, Thonk is
Damn.
able to, despite the bruises and the injury and everything, Thonk's able to make his way, because even though the water is very, very stormy, in this area, you're able to navigate through enough. Thonk is easily able to make progress, making it almost halfway over to where it is that he wants to get, where he can see like lands, like sometimes the water comes up, sometimes drops back down, but at least it's an area where he could potentially be out of the water. Grommen starts trying to swim and make his way over there. He's struggling quite a bit. At first, at least the axes.
It's because I'm carrying somebody, okay?
Yeah, the axes strapped to his back are kind of impeding him and everything. He is trying to carry, who is it? Rye?
Rye.
Sadly, like Rye's trying to swim, but with Grommen not doing very well and holding on. Rye and Addo are spending half the time with their head underneath water. So they're actually as they're trying to doggy paddle their way over to the shore. Everybody roll for me a second athletics check. Feel free to add. You did get. I was allowing Bear to splurge all of his bardic inspiration on you guys. I think he has 3 a day.
I've got 3, yeah.
So you would have spent that obviously on yourself, and I assume Grommen and Rye. I assume
Grommen and
not
Rye.
because.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
No. So you guys, with the next one, roll me another athletics check. Rye once again with disadvantage. Don't
Oh
forget to-
no.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
Maggie, it's bardic inspiration, not inspiration.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
crap.
God, that's so much
You're
better.
better. I see that
straight
Otto is
drowning
also
it.
struggling, and I grab Otto in my arm while I'm also still carrying Rye on my shoulder.
Okay. So what happens is Thonk, who's are you guys? None of you guys using your bardic inspiration, the plus 1d6?
No.
I mean, I'm gonna fail even if I use it.
Okay. So you
Actually, I will, sure, because I already said I was going to, so that's why I rolled advantage. So I'm not going to take it back.
So you add a D6, right?
It's out of d6, Maggie.
Just add it. Oh, okay. I'm just going to roll.
Add a d6 to your already 26.
26.
I mean, I already said that.
30.
Right.
Nice
Listen,
even
listen, this
30.
changed everything. She got a 30. She broke whole new boundaries. So.
I'm also going to be on the lookout to try to kind of like see if the captain is kind of doing anything to make sure that him and his peeps are.
You're kind of distracted hauling one, and so you're not going to be able to really see the captain or much going on around you. You are able to see that Thonk is struggling. So we'll go to you first. So swimming with Rye under your arm, you kind of like, Rye, stop fighting me. And you kind of like hoist Rye up, and she like lets out a squeal of pain as you kind of like hoist her up in a way that like puts her arm in an uncomfortable position and hold her close, and just have her like her arm like pins behind your stuff, so and she kind of can grab onto you and start kicking to help out. And literally you just start power swimming as fast as you can. And when you come by Otto, you literally just grab him and throw him like backwards on your back, so his feet are over here, and his head's dangling that way. And he just power swimming as fast as you can as Adam's just trying to keep his head out of water.
I just like, I don't even feel like I'm in control at that point. You just like, you yank me right out of the water. I'm like flail out and on your back at this point, like almost confused, but trying to also assist
It's
him.
like orc back water ride. I don't know.
What Ada was able to do, because actually you rolled pretty decent, you're actually able to grab Rye and hold her better so she's less in the way of Gromit, who's a power swimming the goddamn 30 athletics, making the way to the shore and actually getting all the way there. Thonk, however, who was able to get ahead, kind of looks back to check on everybody, because he does actually care about them. He looks back to check on anybody. He sees them and then kind of sees that they're doing better and is good. And as he turns back around, all of a sudden, like the way the water goes, moves him over and smacks his head against one of the rocks nearby. And it's like, and he literally at this point, he's completely underwater. He's gonna have to make another athletics check to pull himself back up. Ramen is not going to assist because he is assisting two others at the moment.
Yeah, whenever I get the others to land, if Thonk is not okay, can I go back and okay.
So
also, somebody in chat called it orc boarding, and that is amazing.
Orc boarding.
Yeah.
Orc boarding. Woo! So you're over there, and you're able to start throwing them up on the wall so they can start climbing. So why don't the two of you, Ado and Rye, roll me athletics check to start climbing up. If you have not used your bardic inspiration, you may add it now if you would like to. Thonk, roll me your athletics for swimming. Oh, beautiful. Oh, not beautiful.
Am I still rolling disadvantage because of my arm?
Oh my god, is he gonna drown? This is how Thonk dies.
Rye is able to roll disadvantage. It has to, but you can roll acrobatics instead of athletics if you prefer.
Listen, the
Yes.
god of chaos and storms has decided this is where I go in a storm.
Do I still have that bardic inspiration?
Yes, you
Fair,
do. Roll
touche,
your-
Thonk.
Is it 1d6?
Yes, sir.
Fuck.
Oh,
So
Oh my God.
that's not the worst thing in the world. Just you make no progress. You didn't roll so low that it matters.
Okay.
You make no progress in climbing. Otto, however, is just scrambling and climbing. His little hands and feet are able to get into easy footholds and handholds. He's actually able to get up to an area of safety where he's actually over the little cliff bit overhead. He is perfectly safe. Thonk,
As soon as I
however-
got out of that water, it was just like an adrenaline shot. It was just like, okay, spider scale up.
Spider monkey.
Thonk, however, is able to get is trying to swim up, and he gets his head above water for. It looks like he's about to get his head above water for a second. He grabs onto like a rock or whatever's nearby, so like he'll pull himself up to breathe. But right as he does so, like with a spot where he grabs, and then just like the way the wave hits him, it ends up cutting his hand open, and the sharpness of that rock right there bangs his body against the water again, and he starts going underneath the water again. We didn't do Grauman's turn yet. Grauman, are you gonna do the day?
sorry. Do I need to roll?
No. I did that intentionally.
Oh, okay.
So are you swimming back to get to Thonk?
Yeah, I'm gonna swim back to get Thonk.
So with that check right there, you're able to go over to where Thonk was and swim down to find Thonk. You're not able to do anything else at the moment. Addo, you can just relax for the moment, okay? The other three of you all have to roll athletics checks.
Here we go.
I was just panting heavily up at the top.
God damn.
God! Oh, Thonk guys. All right.
Wait,
I've succeeded every time, but I have to roll disadvantage and then I fail.
All right, so Grauman is able to keep pace with Thonk. However, Thonk at this point has been taken in so much water. You're gonna have to start rolling. You're actually You're taking in a lot of water. You're falling conscious. You're literally gonna have to rely on Grauman to assist you at this point. Next round, you're gonna be rolling me a death save. Okay. With Rye. At this point, you actually slip back down into the water itself. So you're going to have to athletics back up. Addo, that was your moment of relaxation. If you can come up with an idea to assist them, we can have you do so. And I actually have a perfect moment for you in a second. And Grauman, once again, you're still right there with Thunk. So let's go over to Addo first. Addo, you didn't use your actual inspiration yet this round, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did in combat. Okay. So we're not going to be able to use that. You have, sir, the DOS loot that you've been studying and practicing and all that stuff for quite a while. Do you know all of the abilities of the DOS loot?
No, I don't even know one of them.
Otto, be the new Disney princess. sing our way out of this. Like Mona and
Is there an
point
opportunity
the ways of
there?
the water.
One of the abilities of the DOS salute, you have a few, but the safest one
Okay.
that you can use at this point in time, is you actually have the ability to cast the spell Levitate.
Oh, well,
So
that would
with,
do it.
with the use of this magic, you can cast the spell Levitate. Now, the upsides of Levitate, I don't need to describe. The downsides is when you're hovering out in the wind, you're hovering out in the wind. But now you have a friend beneath you as you're on the ledge that's gone back into the water with a dislocated arm, and you have the ability to cast that spell.
How powerful is this spell?
It's a second level spell, so by no means is it weak. And I'm looking up the exact rules for it right now. So levitate, one action, range 60 feet, concentration up to 10 minutes. You can make them rise or fall vertically up to 20 feet. Maximum weight 500 pounds. An unwilling creature can make a con save, but why would he do that, or she?
That's a good question. All right, well, it sounds like just to before I get into this, I can use this on Thunk, right?
Oh, I was actually referring specifically to Rye, who is directly beneath you and right.
I'm not in as much danger as Thunk though.
But Thonk, you can't because you can't see Thonk. He's underneath the water.
Okay.
Yeah. Even Grommen, I would actually, I'm gonna have to almost like cut off your avenues here. Even Grommen, you'd be hard pressed because he just swam underneath the water a good
You
distance.
could wait till like Grumman grabs him and comes back up maybe, and then try and get Grumman.
Yeah.
I think I might be able to climb out if I just roll. Okay.
Okay, so I can do this. How many times can I use levitate?
One, sir.
One time. Okay.
There is another one, but this one is even more precarious with the wind. Technically speaking, you can also cast the spell Fly.
Oh.
But Fly is going to make you, whoever, very subjected to the winds that are whipping through here during a storm along a bunch of jagged rocks.
I see. Yeah. Also something I cannot target Grommen or Thog with, I imagine.
That one's actually, it might even be range touch for Fly. I'm going to double check that one right now. FL. Oh, where'd you go? Fly, touch. You have to touch somebody to do that one.
Okay. I am going to. I'm looking out at the water, panicked, not knowing how to help. I'm just sort of frantically looking around, wondering what to do. Quickly snap to the realization, withdraw the DOS loot from my bag, and I'm going to, staring down at both Rye and Grommen and Thonk, just sort of wait for my moment.
You're going to prepare an action, so you can act whenever you'd like on everybody else's turn. So, the three of you, if you could roll your next athletics check for
I'm
me.
unconscious.
Maggie, did you ever use your, you never used your inspiration earlier, did you?
I did, because remember I rolled the advantage, and even though I crit, I still added it because I was like, it wouldn't be fair for me to not, because you always have to say before you roll.
It was the other two
No.
that didn't use theirs.
I
yet.
was trying to be.
Mike, maybe you should roll your, oh no, you're rolling death rolls. So,
Yeah, I'm unconscious. I'm drowning.
if you look at
I'm
the
slowly rolling
actually a
worse.
button that says death roll, you're welcome to roll it. And,
Well, there's a failure.
Rye and Maggie.
I rolled already. I rolled a 12.
Oh, 12. Okay, so you're able to keep with him and kind of grab hold of him, and you're trying to make your way back up as hard as you can. Rye,
Yes.
roll your
Acrobatics.
athletics. You do have advantage if you want to use that to counter your disadvantage, but never mind. That was a good one. You actually are able to get back out of the water and start climbing up the side of the cliff as good as possible. This makes Otto feel good because he's able to like at least see something happening. All right. Next time, the three of you, 2 athletics and 1 or acrobatics, athletics, and a death save. Go.
Oh God, I'm one away from dead.
Come on, Grommen.
Oh my God.
Oh God, I'm so nervous.
Grimish's will, man. He wants me dead.
Rye, you make no progress, but you're good.
I make no progress on a 12. Are you kidding me?
No, it's rainy, windy, sheer, yeah. But you're not hurt. You're not bad. Nothing's bad. And don't forget, you do have inspiration you can spend to counter the disadvantage. All right. Mike, we'll have you roll last. Maggie first.
Oh man, this is so nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is. Oh, God.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Don't die.
All right, go ahead, Rye.
I think Mathis is gonna like legit cry.
I don't fucking
God,
have
Jackie,
anything.
that's
I don't
so
have
funny.
anything that can save him.
I don't. Oh, do we have anything? We have. No, we don't have any potions. I was like, do we have any potions that would help him?
You guys have magic potions and whatnot, but I don't think anything.
No, we've like sleep.
Well, I'm
feather-
not at like
Like
negative
scroll
HP though. I'm like unconscious from being bonked on the head.
Yeah.
Wait, feather fall asleep, alarm detect magic disguise self. One of the secret.
Yeah, we have nothing that would help him.
No. Yeah, if I was at negative HP, I could orc ability and be conscious, but it's because Scott's like bonked me on the face.
You're drowning.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
Rye, roll that acrobatics for me.
Mm. Shit.
Yeah.
I was just saying if I potentially had anything that might be able to help, but
Do you want to counter your disadvantage with advantage?
I'm going to, yes. Just
So that
for-
makes it a normal roll. And there you go. You're up the cliff. You're safe. Woo! 2 down.
I think like you just see Addo kind of like leaning over and he like grabs my one working arm and pulls me up onto the cliff edge.
Okay, Gromit, please.
Wait, no, she already rolled. It's my turn. She already rolled a 9.
Hold on. Let's look at this.
You rolled a 9.
So,
Wait,
She rolled first.
because he's a half orc though, he has relentless endurance. If he drops to 0 HP, he drops to 1 HP. Once used, you have to take a long rest. So you can use our racial
Am
ability.
I at 0 HP or am I drowned? Like, is this like DM fuck me over like death?
no, it's drowning.
I don't know how drowning works in 5th edition because in 5th edition I've never ever had a drowning situation. This is the first drowning situation. I've played 5th edition so many times.
I'm assuming you're checking right now.
I think so. He's muted though. Scott, you're
No,
muted.
he's not muted. He's just quiet.
He's thinking.
Oh.
So it sounds quiet.
He's frantically searching. Okay, I'm gonna look
Yeah,
online.
he's doing rules. He's doing rules checks.
I think it says suffocating rule PHB page 183.
Yeah, okay, I was at 187. There we go. Sorry. I
Yeah.
remembered it wrong because I'm frantic.
Because yeah, I'm technically suffocating.
That's minutes. You're holding your breath. You're not holding your breath. Yeah, Constitution modifier, which is minimum 1, which we did, and then you next turn you drop to 0 health points. So your Constitution modifier is a 1, correct?
Correct. No,
You're
2.
under-
It's a +2.
I will remove one of those death saves. That was my B.
Okay.
So you're actually at 1 death save at the moment. That was
Okay.
my mistake because 2 + 1 because of orc ability. That's 3. I only gave you 2 rounds. I will give you that. Okay.
All right. Rolling another
I'll
death
remove
save.
one- We're at 1
Yeah,
death.
and in the first round they fall unconscious to 0 HP. Then he could use his thing. In the following round they drop to -1, and then they go on.
All right.
You roll it and let's see what happens.
All right. Well, I wouldn't have
Okay,
died
we're-
yet, so we're good.
So it's 1 and 1.
We're
is
1
where
and
it is
1.
now. 1
All
and
right.
1. Okay. Maggie.
Ah!
I'm trying, man. Mathis, I'm
It's
like,
not you. It's not
trying
you.
so hard.
Look, if this
Like,
is
I'm
how
like, there's got to be something that will save you. I'm like, you're a half orc. I'm a half orc.
this is Thonk out.
Something.
This is how Thonk dies. This is how Thonk
I'm like,
dies.
what would Grommen do?
This is
I
a
don't
test.
know.
This is a test of Grumish, and
No.
if Thonk fails this test, he deserves death. That's just how it goes.
Oh
You're
god.
gonna say the same
What are you gonna come back as? That's what I'm afraid of.
A halfling cleric to Grumish, obviously.
Oh no.
Addo's
You're
estranged
gonna take-
twin brother.
You're gonna take Grommen with you though.
Maggie, where's these epic rolls? Where's these epic rolls? Oh gosh.
Shit.
Okay.
Do I make another one?
Sam's frantically searching through his spellbook to see if he has anything. Guidance.
Dude,
why
I
do you
was.
spell guidance?
Rai like rolls into her chest and crawls to the edge, and she can't see anyone. She's like, "Where are they?"
Thonk does not deserve death, chat.
So Rye says to Addo, "Where are they?"
Yeah.
Otto is just staring out into the water. Like he can't even answer. He's just like he's frantically concentrating, waiting for the moment when he can help.
Rye, you see Otto is not only frantically staring out into the water like desperation, completely ignoring your question, he also seems to be holding his loot at the ready, like he's ready to do something, but you're not quite sure what it is.
Yeah.
You want me to death save it, by the way?
It's a perplexing moment.
Do you say anything to him, or do you just watch?
No, I can see that he's not in a responsive manner.
Okay.
I just fix my eyes back on the deep dark sea.
Okay. Yeah, you can't see him because it's too dark down there. So.
I might be joining you though, because I'm rolling pretty bad right now.
You're rolling just enough to not smack your head on the rock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. Unlike my natty one.
We're
She
both gonna
got,
have to
she, got,
reroll.
she got a 9 once, and that's that was pretty close. So she went under for a minute, but she pulled.
Yeah, it was like, we might be re-rolling next session. Good thing we have a long break.
Mathis.
All right, death rolling. Here we go. Hey!
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's
Save.
wait. Nat 20 counts as an extra success.
Counts as 2, just like Natty one.
Yes!
Don't that 20 you go back to 1 or something?
No, well, in the situation of you stabilizing, because you're bleeding out, you're done now. You have 3. He's now drowning, so it's effectively like a reboot. You know what I mean? So he has a couple rounds before he has to worry about it again. Maggie, athletics check.
Oh my gosh.
I'm back, boys.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Grummish has not killed me.
Grab him and pull him close to the surface. The two of you roll me a perception check. Rye and Addo, perception.
Yes.
Oh, Addo!
Nice.
You
You
see him?
both see
You
us.
see him?
Otto,
There they are. There they are.
in that intense moment, that light flickers in his eyes as he spots them in the darkness. All of a sudden, there's this little flicker. You can see this glow, like maybe like a little part of one of Thonk's medallions or something. He sees them in the water. Immediately, like power cord. And all of a sudden, this glow emits from him, and it starts to, create this little bit of fairy dust light effect. These sparkles, these glows are starting to emanate from Otto and going toward Thonk and Grumman down in the water. And how does it work?
And then how does it work?
Once you feel the spell take hold of Grumman, you get to control it. You can raise or lower 20 feet. So you
I
would
see.
literally just immediately, you see Grumman swimming and trying as hard as he can, just get lifted 20 feet in the air, so 15 feet out of the water.
Oh, beautiful.
Just holding on
At
to
first, Grumman thinks that he's doing that himself, though.
So Otto is doing this. He radiates this aura that is cast down onto them, brings Grumman with Thonk in tow up out of the water. As Otto's doing this, as Grumman and Thonk go higher and higher, his eyes just get bigger and bigger, like he's in control and somehow knows what's going on, but at the same time is like, what the fuck is happening? And
That's right. That's Rye's expression. What the fuck? Is
That
happening?
fat beat. Give us that fat beat.
begins to see that they've reached the level they need, strums again, sends them flying toward the cliff, right up toward us.
raising higher and higher, and winds and everything happening, just kind of like tossing them about here and there. But they actually get close enough that to the cliff from everything that's happening. They're actually able to get close enough to the cliff that Grumman can see they're almost out to where they are, but can't quite reach them. And Rye's kind of like hopping up and standing at the ready, and Grumman can actually see if he swings his arm with all of his might, maybe Rye can actually grab onto a part of Thonk and pull both of them in over to them by using the magic of levitate. So Grumman, roll for me a strength check. This is your forte, and you have used your advantage. So
Oh, yes.
you easily roll it forward. And then Rye, quickly roll for me. Roll for me a dexterity check to catch them. Should be an easy one.
Oh, this is going to be rough.
A dex or a sleight of hand?
Dex save.
God
Dex save.
damn it. I have like +8 to sleight of hand. It was
Yeah.
worth a shot, guys. It was worth a
You
shot.
tried. You did try.
Yeah. And
Oh.
so this comes swinging forward. comes swinging forward, and sadly he slips from the slipperiness of the water and everything comes slipping through your hands like and your arms like in pain as you're reaching out. But that's okay because as that happens, as they come closer, Otto's able to jump up to his feet and look to assist you. Maggie, another quick strength check to get them back over there.
All right.
I know.
Oh my god! And now she
And
literally
that's fucking teamwork.
and holds your arm out and holds his arm out with such strength that they're able to loom there easy for you guys to grab. Both of you guys roll your dex saves, Otto and Rye.
Is it an advantage because it's so easy? Because it's so easy.
Actually, you know what? Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes, it
And you
Beautiful.
both grab it. You
Nice.
guys are able to roll a strength check.
That 20 life.
We're gonna have just Otto roll a strength check with advantage.
Okay.
Rye, don't roll. You're just assisting.
Wow, beautiful. Nat 20.
And you pull
Wow.
them in. You pull them in, and you drop the spells. They land softly on the ground, and all of you are there, just kind of like, you know, Adam running over to Thong. Breathe. So you lands there on the cliffside, nice and safe. Immediate reactions.
I am still like I've put the loot away at this point, obviously, to go and help at the cliffside, and now I'm just sort of the adrenaline is worn off a bit. I take a couple of staggered steps and then just completely fucking collapse.
Grauman is going to like immediately look around and count, and then he realizes he doesn't remember how to count or how many there are, and he just looks for all the people to make sure that they're all there. Can he see the captain or any of them, or is it just us that we can see?
Sadly, you're up the cliff. They're off to the distance and everything. You're welcome to roll me a perception check to see if you can, but the rain is
Okay.
falling hard, and there's wind, there's debris, there's waves.
Oh man.
And you know, you see a lot of stuff down there, but the bodies that you see are floating. You don't believe you see the captain.
Okay.
Ryan's just starfished on the ground, and like this big fur cloak she's wearing is stupidly heavy. It's just soaked with water, and she's just like
You're still wearing
she's
it.
pinned down, yeah, she's pinned down by it.
Oh, that's right. I grabbed you, so
Starfish
you
on
had
the ground.
everything.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man.
at this point, like as a couple minutes pass, and you guys kind of like catch your breath and realize what's happening, and you know, like Thonk does one. Sorry, Grama does one big Thonk's chest, and he's like, water comes out, and he comes to. Thonk comes to, albeit very beat up, probably at half health or whatever. You guys are kind of like looking around, and you're able to see, despite all of this, looking around, you're able to see off in the distance there's actually a castle here, and you know that that castle would easily equal shelter, so you could probably make your way over to that castle.
Grauman's gonna point at Castle, and he's gonna be like, "Dat King," because he's supposed to go get the king. That's all he knows. He knows that he needs to find King of Damara.
That's Rye.
How long were we at sea before that all happened?
About let's see, 2/3 of the way, about 16 days.
2 weeks?
2.5.
2.5?
16 days, yeah. And remember, because the way Faerun works, 15 days is exactly a week and a half.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But that's okay. So, Rye, that was directed at you.
What was that? He asked. She
Is that the
asked
king?
me about. Is that the king? Where is he? Where are you pointing?
There's a castle in the
The
distance.
castle.
Rye just shakes her head, and she just goes, "Different king." She's still lying there. Different king.
And with that, because we're about to change gears, why don't we take that quick 5-minute break and then finish up our last little tail end so we can change gears on this one.
Yeah, this will be a super quick break, guys. A couple of minutes, and we'll be back for our last 20 or so minutes of the show. We'll be right back.